everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna set up our bullet journals for November. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So for November, I genuinely did not have any ideas at all, so I decided to just do the first thing that came to mind when I thought about this month, which was coziness. So basically, this theme is going to be a collection of cozy doodles all over the place. It's going to be related to things that I love or things that I don't particularly have or enjoy, but I still find to be pretty cozy and cute. The inspiration for these doodles comes from Pinterest, but of course it has kind of like a personal twist. Most of these twists are related to the colors that I'm using or the shapes or the sizes. You get the point. It's just that basically I got a lot of inspiration from Pinterest, as always. Right now for the cover page, I'm basically doodling a lot of stuff and I'm trying to make it look like a circle, and in the middle I'm actually not going to be writing November because I realized that the space was not big enough, and instead I just wrote down the first 3 letters, which I think still looks pretty cute. On this page you can see doodles like a sweater, a cinnamon bun, like cute couches, a sleep mask, leaves, all that kind of stuff. I also just had to add a journal at the bottom here because what even is coziness if not journaling? And now it's time to color everything in. As a side note, the colors that I'm using this month are actually the color palette that I kind of always use. If you go back, there's only a couple of themes that don't follow the same color palette. But for some reason, I feel like this month, it just looks so much cozier. Maybe it's because of the doodles. But yeah, it's basically just a lot of pastel colors, a lot of beige shades. It's all just so cozy. I also want to apologize because I might sound a little weird in this video, like all over the place or unorganized. The thing is that I actually posted a story about this last night. I wanted to post this video a couple days ago and I realized that for some reason the app deleted it, like I just could not download it anymore. And so I lost the thing. The good thing is that I still had the unedited version. So right now I'm basically going through the process once again, and I've already recorded the voiceover before and I have no idea what I said during that because I did forget, obviously. So now I'm just basically redoing something that I've done, and it's a little bit frustrating and I wish it didn't happen, but I also really wanted to post this video because I think it will turn out really cute. The page looked a little bit too simple for the look I was going for, so I decided to add this pattern at the top and at the bottom, kind of making it look like washi tape. I actually did have some cute washi tape that would have gone pretty well with this, but I was like, you know what, let me make it more personal and let's do it myself. And now for the cover page, I'm keeping it simple as always, but for this one I only chose 4 doodles that I thought were the cutest, and I chose a lamp, a cute little envelope, some sunglasses or like regular glasses, and some leaves. And the quote itself is pretty cute. It says, "I don't want a thing today, I just want to be cozy," and that's the mood I've been going for lately. Unfortunately, I have still been obligated to think every single day. Initially, I was gonna write everything in black, but I thought that this beige brownish color would make it look a little bit cozier, so that's what I did for the to be cozy part, as you can see. And of course, to keep the whole theme going, I decided to add the pattern at the bottom and at the top once again, basically kind of continuing the one on the cover page. And I also decided to show you a cute little close-up because I'm so proud of these 2 pages. And now it's time to move on to the second spread I want to show you, which is of course my calendar. And on this spread, I'm also including my 1 line a day section. As you know, I really enjoy this kind of thing. It makes me feel more productive for some reason, and it's also really great for keeping memories. I'm not gonna lie, for the first time in a while, I genuinely had no idea what I could do with this spread. Like, sure, I knew that I had the 1 line a day section on the left, and I knew that I was gonna have the calendar on the right, but I had no clue how to actually incorporate the cozy theme into it. But in the end, I decided to just add the doodles all over the place and practically create a pattern at the bottom and at the top of my calendar. I added all sorts of doodles here. I also included a bow. I've been wanting to do this. I wanted to add one on the cover page, but I was like, it's not really all that cozy, so I just added it here. Let me know if you can spot it. Also, this is what I do most months, at least for the past couple months I've been doing this. I'm not using a black fine liner to outline my calendar. Instead, I'm using a brown shade. It's like a brown beige color. I don't even know like what you would call it, but you can see pretty clearly what I'm doing. And I do this because I do think it makes it look softer and it adds more personality to the page. I, for some reason, also messed this entire thing up. Like, I realized that I had 4 extra days at the end of my calendar. I have no idea like what type of calendar I was looking at, but yeah, I decided to make up for that mistake with the same pattern that I used on the cover page. And after looking at it, I was like, what if I just do this to the entire calendar? So you can see me just adding more patterns to some of the boxes. I am also using this very light shade of pink to outline my weekends. This helps me keep better track of my weeks. And now it's time to go on and color all these doodles. This did took a little bit of time because they're all tiny, so I was paying close attention to not messing up. And after adding the last couple of details, I'm ready to show you the close-up of this spread. I think it turned out pretty cute, especially considering that I had no clue where this was going. So yeah, I love it. And let's move on to the next spread, which is my habit tracker. This spread is usually the most fabulous one because I do go for a doodle heavy type of look. So for this spread, as you may or may not know, if you are not part of this channel, I always do, or for the most part, I do one page full of doodles related to my theme, and then the other page just dedicated to the boxes. And I'm keeping that same pattern here. I'm doing a full page of cozy doodles, and it's all sorts of stuff, I think you can pretty much see, but the main focus I had is this cute little fox sleeping in the middle of the page. I was kind of running out of ideas here because I felt like at this point I have already used all the cozy doodles I had in mind, but I still think I found a lot of cute ideas and I integrated them right here. So now, since I'm just coloring stuff and there's nothing else to explain, I just want to talk to you guys for a little bit and once again ask you to recommend any kind of content that you might want to see on my channel. I know that it's already kind of like niched, like if you start doing bullet journaling content, people most likely are there for bullet journaling content and they're not going to stay if you just switch. I'm not planning to switch, I'm just planning to like maybe spice things up. Like I feel like my channel is not gonna grow anytime soon if I just post these videos monthly. At the same time, however, I don't know what other kind of content I could make. I have thought about vlogs because I'm always like talking to myself and imagining that I'm vlogging, but at the same time I don't think that would be very entertaining for anyone because I don't do a lot. I'm just studying or doing like chores around the house or going to school, and obviously if I went to school I could not film or vlog. But still, if you have anything in mind, if you would like to see anything from me or from this channel, I am more than happy to listen to your recommendations and I am waiting for them in the comments or over on Instagram, like on my DMs, like any type of recommendation I am willing to take. I think this urge to make new content also came from the fact that I've been discovering a lot of YouTube channels recently, and it's mostly like vlogging channels where they just film themselves all throughout the day, and it's a bunch of random people that do a bunch of random things. Like they don't have very interesting lives just like mine, so I'm thinking I could possibly do that, but I don't know, guys. You let me know. Alright, I feel like that ramble made absolutely no sense, so let's just get back to my journal. I am doing a pretty silly layout for this habit tracker here. You see, I kind of got bored of the classic boxes that I used every single month, so I'm doing whatever you call this thing. I have no idea how to explain it honestly, so you can just like look at the screen. It's kind of silly, it kind of makes no sense, but overall I think it looks cute. Initially, I wanted to do this without a ruler. I don't know if you noticed, but then I switched to the ruler like midway because it just looked too messy in my mind. Realistically, it didn't look messy at all, but I'm just obsessed with having straight lines all over the place, and this is an obsession that I'm kind of trying to get rid of. I've been trying to for the past couple months in my journal, and I'm kind of making progress, but I don't know if anything's actually gonna happen anytime soon. And to color in the leftover space, I am using the same marker that I've actually been using throughout the theme, this brown beige type marker. I love the shade. It looks really soft and really cute at the same time. Since the page once again looked a little bit empty, I decided to keep the pattern going from my cover page, if you remember. So I'm adding that at the top and at the bottom, but I'm actually not using the same marker I used for the boxes. It may look very similar, but it's a bit of a lighter shade. Now begins the long process of me adding the numbers to all these tiny little boxes, but to be fair, I did not mess it up this time, which is very impressive. Alright, we're all done with my habit tracker. Here's a cute little close-up because there's a lot of details that I think you missed. And now I'm ready to move on to my playlist and review spreads. I'm keeping it pretty simple with these ones, mainly because this is what I do every month, but also because I'm kind of running out of cozy doodles. So beginning with my playlist, I decided that the main focus for this spread should be a cozy, cute little couch at the bottom of the page, and I am actually obsessed with the way this looks. I had no idea how to draw a couch before I googled it, not googled it, but searched it on Pinterest, you know what I mean? But I am very happy with the way it turned out. But of course, I also added some extra doodles around it and around the page. You're gonna see that in just a second. For this couch, when it comes to the coloring part, I chose a pretty atypical shade of green. Normally I would choose a much lighter one. This one is kind of like a dark sage green, but I am kind of in love with the way it looks. I think it looks pretty fancy, but it also remains cozy. And since it already kind of became a trademark at this point, I am just adding the same pattern that you've been seeing on a couple boxes on this page. I think it turned out amazing. Now for my review, I am actually keeping it as simple as possible. I am just adding a couple doodles on one corner of the page, and for these doodles I think I chose like a candle, a mug, and some cute leaves, and then I'm just going straight to the point. I'm adding the section where I'm gonna write down my thoughts about the month, and then another box where I'm gonna write down the movies or the books that I have seen or read this month. This one was very quick, so now I'm basically ready to show you the close-up, and we are moving on to the last spread that I'm going to show you in this video, which is going to be a weekly spread. So for this spread, I had a pretty clear idea in mind. I wanted it to kind of stand out, so instead of adding random doodles all over the place, I decided to create a cozy living room space. You're gonna understand what I mean in just a second, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the space at the bottom of the page to draw a lot of furniture doodles, and they're all very cozy and they have like this homey feeling. And when it comes to the boxes, I think you can pretty much already tell I use the same shade of brown, and I'm also adding the pattern on the top of the boxes just to add a little bit more details to the page. And now I'm just completing the look by coloring the furniture in. I'm trying to use soft colors, but I'm also trying to make it as realistic. So I'm not gonna be having like pink cabinets, although who knows, maybe some of you guys have pink cabinets, but I don't. So I'm trying to replicate my living room space. And here is a final look to this very cute and cozy weekly spread. Alright guys, this was the video for today. I do apologize for it being a little bit messy and a little bit clumsy, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Don't forget that you can find all these spreads and a lot more stuff on my Instagram. I hope you loved the video. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.